Christ. There's a lot of interest, I think, from the Muslim community, and many Muslims feel that your conclusions, your historical conclusions of who Jesus Christ is more commensurate with the Muslim idea than it is with the Christian one.
I wouldn't say that they line up well with the Muslim view.
He told conclusions of who Jesus Christ is more commensurate with the Muslim idea than it is with the Christian one.
I wouldn't say that they line up well with the Muslim view. I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. I'm not interested in whether Jesus was the Son of God, because I don't think there was a God. And so,
my understanding is that your conclusion is that Jesus Christ was a messianic prophet.
Moses, things that he wouldn't have known, because he couldn't read or write, right? Yeah, and then like amazing, miraculous things like linguistic miracles that the Arab poets couldn't respond to.
Nobody can respond.
So
that's cool.
That's cool.
He didn't know it was Gabriel. The angel didn't tell him it was Gabriel.
He did. Sure.
He did.
No, even at that time, right? But
Even at that time, he did. Show us the reference. Even at that time, he did.
But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right?
He did not know what Gabriel is, right? He did not know. Remember, he did not know what Gabriel is. 40 years old Muhammad was living in Arabia. He did not know what is Gabriel.
Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith.
He did not come from Abrahamic faith.
But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith.
Tolerant person, advocating of tolerance, being okay with all strands of the society. There's so many of them. Well, Allah Azza wa Jalla labeled them in the Quran when He said, وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُمْ بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ. The vast majority of them, of the people, the inhabitants of earth, would not believe in Allah except while committing shirk. What is their belief in Allah Azza wa Jalla? It's the same belief of the pagans and the idol worshippers. Are you serious? Yeah. The pagans and the idol worshippers used to believe.
Do you hear it?
Used to believe that Allah is the provider, that Allah is the giver of life and death, that Allah is the creator, that Allah is the facilitator of their affairs. It's all over the Quran. If you read,
this is Islam. The pagan and the Muslims, they have one God.
New. This is from the time of the Sahaba. This is not a joke, brothers and sisters. The issue of ahruf and qira'at caused confusion to somebody whom the Prophet ﷺ said, if you want to listen to the Quran directly, listen to Ubay. Ubay is not some even average Sahabi. He is the Qari of the Quran. He is the master. He is who he is. And he goes, فَدَخَلْ فِي نَفْسِي شَكْ. What is all of this stuff? Again, this is you asking some very honest question. It's the first time I'm saying these things. Many people are aware who listen to my lectures that I've mentioned the crises that happened to me at Yale. This was the issue. That the issue of ahruf and preservation and qira'at and relationships between them, these are very, very difficult issues. And the most advanced of our scholars, they're not quite fully certain how to solve all of the unanswered questions in there. Here's the point. These issues should only be discussed amongst people who know what the qira'at are and who understand some of these questions that are being raised.
So is what you're saying the shak that came, or not the shak, but the crisis that you had was in relation to this question of the relationship between the ahruf and the qira'at, basically?
No. The crisis I had wasn't that. The crisis I had was, that was what generated. But what was the crisis? The crisis was very simple. Traditional understandings of ahruf and qira'at cannot answer some of these pressing questions that are now being poked by our people outside of, by their academics outside of the faith tradition. You see,
Muslims cannot answer any academic questioning.